All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rachah, Kodash. I want to give double honors to my apostles and elders, a great millstone, who teach very well where I learned this truth from, and salutation out there to the hopeful elect who continue to push this word in our truth, faith, and sincerity. And also shalom to the men and children who sincerely believe upon the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And on today, man, just basically getting on the vibration upon the planet Earth, man, because things are not going smoothly here, especially for these Americans, man, and these Westerners, because at the end of the day, the Lord have prophesied nothing good concerning this place, man. Nothing but evil, and only evil is going to come. The bearing of bad news is the prophets, man. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and start off there with Jeremiah, the 28th chapter, man, because we're not coming on the behalf to tell you guys that, yeah, you're going to have 50 more years. The Lord will give you 50 more years to get right. And no, because certain other prophecies, even though it had been manifest to its fullest, you can see it building up, man. And that's how the Lord works. It's not like when the Lord destroyed kingdom. It's not like it's going to happen suddenly just like that. No, man. For the lack of better words, it takes time. But we can see the build up of how the Lord is going to bring this place down, man. So let's go right here to Jeremiah 28 and verse 8. It says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. Right there, man. It says the prophets, they was prophesying against great kingdoms. Don't isn't America considered a great kingdom? Russia, that's considered a great kingdom. China, that's considered a great kingdom. And we're prophesying against all those lands. Why? Because they're under the banner of the Edomites, man, of the elites, the higher ups, man. And some people might say, well, no, man, them Chinese people. No, man. Go back into the lineage, man. Go back into the ones who control the money, man. Because even the banker, he said, I don't care who running the laws. I just care who control the money. Because wow, who control the money control the laws, man. So the footprint of Edom, of the elites, is in every country, man. That's why the scriptures say the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, and we're prophesying against the wicked, man. Telling you that your rulership is finna go down, man. No matter how much you fight, no matter how much you tug, the Lord have already prophesied the downfall of Esau, man. And it's not like the words of the Lord is spoken in vain. So let's read this again. It says, prophesied by both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. And right there, it says of war. Now, one of the major things that's going on in the news right now is that Russia, Ukraine situation, man. And we already know that America was sending aid over there to Russia. I mean, now it's like we're sending aid over there to Ukraine to try to help the fight against Russia, because Ukraine is basically a border into these different EU nations, man. And for lack of better words, once Russia take that over, shit gonna get stirred up. And again, we know certain prophecies must come to pass, like the MOTB must be declared. But for the lack of better words, Yahweh Shema Shai, he have all these different prophecies cooking in the stew, man. It takes time for it to come. But again, like how a stew is made, it's not made all of a sudden. It takes time, man. And you can start seeing it, the carrots starting to soften up. They wasn't as hard as it was, but the meat is starting to get tender. You know what I'm saying? It was, the water was clear when you first pulling it out of water. It's brown. You can see it brewing up. You can see the steam coming off of it, but it's not done as yet. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and get that in Matthew 24, man. We can see it's coming, but the end is not yet, because all the prophecies must come to pass, man. And again, one of those major prophecies is the MOTB, man. You know, let's get this Matthew 24, and I'm gonna start at verse. I'm just gonna start at verse 6. It says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars." Right here, man. That Russia and Ukraine thing, that's a war. China in the U.S., that's a rumor of war. China and Russia, China and Russia joining together, that's a rumor of war to fight against the U.S. The EU nation being broken down. Brexit, and even Germany want to leave, man. But it says you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. So we hearing all these things through news articles, through CNN. It says, "See ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." And again, you might a couple years ago, yeah, when the Rocket Man, Kim Jong Un, he was testing these different missiles. You was thinking, yeah, man, we almost there. Even though we're almost there, it's same things that must come to pass too, man. You know, because it's not like for a lack of better words, just because Russia got sent to tomorrow, for a lack of better words, the missile's gonna get shot off. No, man, the MOTB must be mandated, man. By how these devils are gonna do it, they're gonna work on people emotions, man. They're gonna work on people distress to try to make you take that make you take that tiny device, man. Because instead of these people investing in their food, investing in their agriculture, they said fuck that, and they invested in their weaponry, man. They beat their plowshares into swords, because why? At the end of the day, they're waiting to get America, man. And it's a day, a time, an hour that's set to slay the third part of men. And we know that we're coming up upon that time. Why? Because we can see the prophecies. Continuing on at verse 7, Matthew 24 and verse 7, "For a nation shall arise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom." Right there, the Americans versus the Russians, the Ukrainians versus the Russians, America versus China. And even it ain't gotta be a physical war. It ain't gotta be somebody fighting with 50 fisticuffs all the time. It can be with words, man. It can be with sanctions. It can be, yeah, we ain't going to use the US dollar right now. That's a part of war, man. Economic war. Because these moves that these different nations are making, like certain these African countries and certain of Russia and Ukraine, they're creating new currencies, and they having that currency to be backed up by gold, man. Which that actually hit America with a grievous blow, man. That's a part of a war too. Cyber wars, taking different information, key information. You know what I'm saying? All these different things, the Lord is stirring up the pot, man. You know? It says, "For nation shall rise up against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places." Yes, and the famine is really up and coming, especially over here for the West, man, because this is the most gluttonous place upon the planet, one of the most gluttonous place upon the planet Earth, man. Mukbangs get celebrated, which that's really a sick spirit to be in, man. But just going back, the Lord said it's going to be famines, pestilence, people are getting cold, that crown. Don't forget about that crown, man. I heard something about Bill Gates. He's starting to ramp things back up for 2023. Him and Fauci, man. The the devils of destruction. That's their tag team name, man. But it says in earthquakes, and we know earthquakes happen every damn day, man. You know, but earthquakes also represents earth-shaking events, like that Russia and Ukraine thing was an earth-shaking event. It says in diverse places. Verse 8, though, it says, "All these are the beginning of sorrows." Yes, man. So we're just coming into the beginning of it, man. Because for the lack of better words, when all hell break loose, it's not like you're gonna, this, that, and third. No, man. It's gonna get to a point where you're gonna know when we're not on the highways and byways, and once you step into that Walmart, it's going to be a guy with an M route. It's going to be a military presence in the grocery store, man. That's where you're going to know all hell break loose. That's where you're going to know that Yahweh Shema Shai is ramping things up, man. And it's going to get worse from there, man. Like the scriptures say, the Lord have prophesied evil and only evil against this place, man. And a part of that only evil is these devil's enemies coming together, man. Let's go ahead and play a little bit of this video. Now, this is an article from Al Jazeera. It says, "Are Russia and Iran expanding military ties?" The U.S. says these two allies are giving each other unprecedented support in Ukraine. Now, you're giving unprecedented support to Ukraine. You don't think Russia's going to have somebody to bag them up? And again, we know what's going on. We know that the MOTB must be made mandated, man. But again, this shows you that things are still ramping up in the background, for the lack of better words, man. So let's play a little bit of this video.
Are Russia and Iran expanding military ties? The US says the two are giving each other unprecedented support in Ukraine and beyond. So what are the implications for regional and global security? This is Inside Story.
And right there, she said regional and global security, man. Let's go ahead and play a bit more because that region, NATO and the EU, they're going to try to protect it. But let's go ahead and play a little bit more. Because the vibration upon the planet Earth is war now, man. Whether it be war with the economy or whether it be war physically or war with different land zones, resources.
Hello there and welcome to the program. I'm Laura Kyle. Iran is now Russia's biggest military backer.
Right there. Iran is now Russia's military backup. And there's biblical prophecy coming to pass. So let's get this real quick in Ezekiel 38 before I jump back. Ezekiel 38, and I'm going to start at verse 3. It says, and say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shai, behold, I am against thee, O Mag, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. Now, once you go into Gog and Magog, even though we know that's Japhites, but when you go into it, it says the land, the Lord, he's against the land, the people that's ruling that land today. Now, who's ruling the land of Gog and Magog today? It's not the Japhites, no, it's the Edomites, man. But they disguise themselves as Russians. Let's go ahead and continue on. It says, and I will turn thee back and put hook into thy jaws. What does the Lord mean that he's going to turn Russia back and put hook into their jaws? He mean that by he's going to put them into that Soviet Union spirit, man. Because it's not like that Soviet Union beef, the Cold War, ain't like that beef died down. No, man. For the lack of better words, the bear just went into hibernation, but it's coming back into the time of the summer when the bear is waking back up, man. Read this again. It says, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, your power. And that's why Russia, they got hypersonic missiles. They basically show off their military presence. It's a place in Russia they call Missile City, man. Showing you, that's like true gangsters, man. When you type up these different rap videos, these gangsters have guns and things like that. They show you their weaponry. Man, Esau, he's the biggest gangster. He have a whole city that's dedicated to missiles, man. That's like you flashing your guns on the internet. And that's what they're doing in a roundabout way. It says, in all thy army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords, because actually they're preparing for World War III. But because that's inevitable, man. That must happen to basically put the stamp on the end of this kingdom and the beginning of the kingdom of heaven, man. Because the end of World War III is going to end out with what? A nuclear presence, man. Nuclear heat hitting various parts across the world to show you that this kingdom has ended. And another kingdom is on a rise, and it's going to be the kingdom of heaven. But let's get this real quick in Revelation 11, and I'm going to jump down to verse 14. It says, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. What does that mean? World War II has passed, man. But the third war's woe is coming quickly. The final war, the battle of Armageddon, Armageddon, man. When the Lord is finna get ready to bring judgment. And these different nations, they know about biblical prophecy. They know that this is a necessary evil, and it's nothing that they can do to stop it, man. And it's going to show you right here. It says, verse 5, it says, Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shields and helmet. Now, right there, you go into Persia. Persia is modern day Iran. You can look it up. I think in the early 1900s, they changed their name into Iran, and that's recently, man. You type up what was Iran name before his name was Iran, it's going to say what? Persia, man. So it says Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shields and helmet, Gomer, and all his bands, in the house of Tomar of the North Quarters, and all his bands and many people with thee. So it's these different nations, these different North African countries, Iran, he mentioned that. But continuing on, it says, be thou prepared and prepare thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. Now, right there, it says all these different companies, they're going to be a guard unto Russia, and they're going to be a guard unto them. Read this again. It says, thou and thyself and all thy company are assembled unto thee. Yes, because they looking unto Russia because they think they're the new bad dogs on the block, man. They think they're going to be the next ones up. And the reason why they think that, because they can feel the military presence. Again, there's a such thing called Missile City. And then if Russia just got one of their key starters, power forward coming out of Russia, for lack of better words, they got the Merchant of Death, man. Victor, I forgot his last name. But they, they can see the power, for the lack of better words, man. That's why they're assembled. They're joining themselves unto them, being allies. Again, and it says, and thou shalt be a guard unto them. Let's play that back a little bit more.
Hello there, and welcome to the program. I'm Laura Kyle. Iran is now Russia's biggest military backer. That's the warning from the U.S. National Security Council.
And that's what a guard is. It's a backup. Just in case I need help, I'm going to hit you up. I'm going to play the rest of this video. Because again, Esau, he blocked these different videos off YouTube, so you have to go on the website. But hey, they be going in, man. And it shows you how this place is crumbling, man.
John Kirby says the Ukraine war is pulling the two countries into what he calls a full-fledged defense partnership. The West has accused Russia of using Iranian drones to kill civilians and destroy Ukrainian energy facilities. Kirby believes Tehran and Moscow could start making these weapons together. In return, he says Russia is providing Iran with air defense systems, helicopters, and training.
And right there, air defense system, because that's one of Esau's biggest weapon as being the Eagle, having drone attacks, man. But just going back, as you can see, going back to Ezekiel 38, it says they were assembled together, man. They're joining together their resources. They're joining together everything they have to try to take down this Western society. And again, it's not like these things are not playing, man. This is biblical prophecy coming to pass right before our eyes, So yeah, I just pray this video was edifying. When say call Halayim La Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakodah, Shalom, DTA, and the Bible.